Today, we'll be discussing some recent developments at Intel. They had anticipated continued losses in the second quarter of this year, and their predictions have indeed come true. Even as early as the first quarter, Intel's quarterly earnings had reached an all-time low. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this topic and explore the latest updates from Intel. So, if you don't want to miss any of the latest news about Intel, keep watching the video. Intel's drastic revenue drop in the current financial report. In the current financial report, you'll find that Intel's revenue has drastically dropped to $11.7 billion, experiencing a significant 36% year-on-year decrease and a 16.4% month-on-month decrease compared to the previous quarter, which was already the lowest since 2016. This quarter marks the most insufficient revenue for Intel since 2010. Additionally, when combined with the last quarter, Intel has incurred losses for the first time in at least 30 years, resulting in 2 consecutive quarters of decline. Decline in PC and server business contributes to Intel's losses. The primary reasons behind these losses remain linked to the decline in the PC business and reduced revenue from the server business. In the first quarter, Intel's Client Computing Group, or CCG, which includes PCs, witnessed a substantial decrease in revenue of 38% year-on-year and 12% month-on-month. The downward trend continued from the previous quarter, although at a slightly lower rate. Server chip segment experiences substantial revenue decrease. Regarding the server chip segment, including the data center and artificial intelligence division, revenue dropped by 39% year-on-year and 14% month-on-month during the first quarter. Intel also highlighted that the server market had shrunk in the first quarter of 2023. It's essential to remember that these financial challenges for Intel are occurring alongside other developments, such as the emergence of advanced AI language models like ChatGPT. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates on this topic. The rise and challenges of large AI models for Intel. You might be interested to know that large AI models were once widely prevalent, and the demand for AI computing power has been rapidly increasing. Due to this trend, Intel's server market has experienced a decline, and competitors like AMD are posing a threat to the company. The CEO of Intel, Kissinger, has expressed caution regarding the macroeconomic outlook, but is planning to promote the chip manufacturing foundry business to maximize its potential. Intel's transformation plan to tackle declining revenue and competitors. In late June, Intel Corporation made a significant announcement about its chip manufacturing business unit, which will now operate as an independent entity responsible for reporting profits. However, specific details about the expansion timeline and new external customers were not disclosed. This transformation plan is critical for Intel to turn losses into profits, particularly as its shares have only risen by less than 25% this year, while competitors like Nvidia and AMD have seen their shares surge by 194% and 73% respectively. Cost reduction strategies through independent chip manufacturing. Intel's chief financial officer, Zinsner, mentioned that the wafer manufacturing business unit will establish customer-supplier relationships, resulting in chip production generating revenue and profits for the company. This new business structure is expected to contribute to cost reduction, with Intel aiming to cut expenses by up to $10 billion. Intel's ambitious plan to become a leading chip foundry. Looking forward, Intel has ambitious plans to become the world's second largest chip foundry by next year, with projected manufacturing revenue exceeding $20 billion. The company aims to compete with leading manufacturers like TSMC, which currently rely heavily on TSMC's manufacturing capabilities. Catching up with TSMC's manufacturing technology. To achieve this goal, Intel has set its sights on surpassing 5 chip manufacturing process nodes within 4 years and catching up with TSMC's manufacturing technology by 2026. Intel also intends to offer its manufacturing capacity to third-party companies before making it accessible to a wider audience. However, catching up with TSMC remains a challenging task given TSMC's projected sales approaching $85 billion in 2024. Intel's approach addressing manufacturing challenge. To address manufacturing challenges, you might find it interesting that Intel plans to develop its own chips. In the past, Intel disclosed its intention to use its 20A process for CPU modules in the future Arrow Lake while opting for TSMC's 3nm process for the GPU module. Other modules, including I/O, may follow the example of Meteor Lake and adopt TSMC's 6nm process or potentially explore more advanced technologies. Intel's latest achievements in advanced process nodes. Intel has some exciting updates to share with you. They recently achieved successful tape-out of the Angstrom process nodes, which includes the Intel 20A and Intel 18A. These nodes have met all their design proposals, specifications, materials, and performance goals. Intel is determined to surpass TSMC's advanced process capabilities with its 20A process, aiming to reclaim its leading position. Accelerated timeline and ambitions to surpass TSMC's capabilities. The Intel 20A and Intel 18A processes are built on Intel's latest optimized performance and power consumption technologies, featuring the full surround gate, GAA transistor architecture, and ribbon FET transistor structure. These advancements improve transistor switching speed while conserving space and maintaining the same drive current. They have also introduced the industry's first backside power transfer network, power via power delivery system, optimizing signal transmission. Potential changes for Intel's next generation Arrow Lake CPU. Originally scheduled for mass production in the second half of 2024 and the first half of 2025, Intel has accelerated the timeline for the Intel 20A and Intel 18A processes. Mass production for the 20A process is now set to begin in the first half of 2024, followed by the Intel 18A in the second half of the same year. However, reports indicate a potential plan change for Intel's next generation Arrow Lake CPU. While initially planned to use the Intel 20A process, there are concerns about possible delays in mass production, leading to a potential shift in manufacturing strategy. TSMC's 3nm process chosen for upcoming Arrow Lake CPUs. The upcoming Arrow Lake CPUs will be manufactured using TSMC's advanced 3nm process technology. TSMC started mass producing N3B at the end of last year, with plans for N3E, N3P, and N3X. Rumors suggest that N3B is a candidate process for Intel's Arrow Lake CPU. The decision to abandon the Intel 20A process in favor of TSMC's 3nm process comes as the latest Intel roadmap no longer includes the Intel 20A process. This shift might be attributed to the postponement of mass production of the Intel 20A process. Intel's considerations for splitting the foundry business. Despite previously considering combining product and manufacturing businesses, Intel still needs to fully separate its foundry business into a separate company. However, industry analysts speculate that the independent operation of the wafer manufacturing business could be the first step towards a future split of Intel's manufacturing business, similar to the AMD and Global Foundries model. Challenges and speculations in Intel's manufacturing strategy. The potential delay in the Intel 20A process has surprised many, especially given the smooth progress of the Intel 18A process which included collaborative optimization with ARM earlier this year to enhance performance and power consumption. Intel plans to announce a key customer for its foundry business later this year, but competition is fierce. Manufacturers are vying for customers based on potency and price. However, there are doubts among analysts about whether this plan will significantly improve Intel's gross profit margin. Efficiency and investment focus in Intel's manufacturing upgrade. Efficiency is a key focus for internal upgrades at Intel, and substantial investment in factory technology upgrades is necessary for its wafer fabrication. This has been a long-term challenge for the company, impacting its profits. By taking the first step in running the manufacturing business independently, Intel hopes to improve efficiency significantly. However, the impact on profits remains uncertain and will require observation. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the incredible updates of Intel. Which of them are you most excited about? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Techbrosl for more content such as this.